Yo, this is a scene for Sept of the Howling Wind, a World of the Apocalypse joint. So, uh, Veronica is catching up with a familiar face. Her packmate, Petra, is just kind of just sitting there. He finally, oh my god, after forever, decided to step out and just kind of attempt to see sunlight and the rest of the world for a moment. And he's just been sitting and chit-chatting with Veronica. What a familiar face passes nearby.
The familiar face doesn't notice them right away. Um, he is smoking a cigarette. It is going by really fast. And then Theo then just yells, "Fuck!" and he punches a tree. And he broke his hand and it's bleeding.
Veronica just looks over and narrows her eyes.
So, Petra meows.
Theo hears the meowing and he's like rubbing his head like because it hurts because he did break his knuckle, and he looks over.
What's
Tears are
wrong?
like tears are like pouring down his face because he's just shaking.
Yeah. Petra said, I won't be so cheap as to ask you if anything's wrong, because that's clear, so I'm going to ask you what's wrong.
Alyssa won't leave me alone.
We'll poison her.
Yeah, I was just walking by and I don't know why she still wants to keep coming up to me. I know I hurt her and everything, but Talia's going to end up killing me for her coming up to me.
You mean my grandfather?
Yes.
You mean the grandfather who cares about me? And would listen to me if I
Yes.
said, please do not kill Theo.
Yeah. He smirks a little bit.
Got it.
Does that make Talia pussy whipped?
Do you know how much I
Oh,
love you?
oh my god. Oh god.
He boops Veronica's arm.
How are you guys?
I just spent the last 2 months in isolation, and I don't know what the sun looks like anymore.
I just
I
looks at both of them.
Have
I'm
you
coming out. I
felt?
want the world.
Have you ever felt like, although there were people who were quite concerned with your state, you were quite alone? Ah! Pause while the foxy returns.
Talia Petrova's deed name, Pussy Whipped.
Don't say that too loud, he'll hear you.
The question becomes, would he enjoy it?
Probably. So yeah, he'll look at Theo and he'll say, have you ever felt as though everyone was concerned with your well-being, and yet you were alone?
All the freaking time, God.
As though the thought of you mattered more than you. Oh dear, I'm having an Evan Hansen moment. He'll just shake his head.
He chuckles and he's like, He just shakes his head. Dear Heaven Hansen, that's a good musical.
I love it. But then again, I love most musicals.
Really? I guess I never really talked to you about that.
We didn't talk much when you and I were packmates.
No, it was usually there was Lita there, and then
And then there was Lita there. And then there was Lita there. And then there
and
was
then there
Lita
was the
not there.
baby. And then there was like
And
the
then there was
baby and everything.
the baby.
And that
And then
business.
that business. And then there was no Lita there.
But then there was no Theo there. Because Theo sort of did something and ended up having to leave.
I'll smile.
Do you remember when we first met? I remember when we first met.
Do you?
Yeah, I had just talked to Tolia about something, and I was in the room alone, and I saw a cat. And I started petting the cat, not realizing it was a person. And lo and behold, you say about like 2 words to me before I'm drug off somewhere. That about sums it up, right?
Pretty much. Have you ever felt like nobody was there? Have you ever felt forgotten in the middle
In the
of
middle
nowhere?
of nowhere.
Have you ever felt like you could
You
disappear?
could disappear. Like you could fall and no one would hear. Well, let that lonely feeling wash away.
All we see is light.
Because
You
maybe
see, now
there's a
I'm
reason.
singing Found Tonight. He'll basically punch Veronica softly. Why are you so quiet? I'm gonna punch you in your baby if you don't start making noise.
I don't have to owe you an explanation for anything she says in a smug look.
I need you to bear in mind that you are now the mother of my... Hold on, I got this. I don't got this. I know that baby in your belly could possibly be and is most likely of my blood. Which makes it mine.
And considering I'm your
It's
pack
possessive.
alpha, as well as Adrin, you know how the
And I'm
pecking
the...
order.
He pets your belly and purrs. I love you.
He was just smiling. He's not really like focusing on his hand being broken now.
Petra will pick his hand up and he'll lick it. He licks, purrs, and it heals.
Outer Game
Oh,
loved
thank you.
that best stat gift.
Yes, lick wounds.
He says thank you, and he'll kiss the top of his head, just being sweet.
Oh my.
Like, mwah!
Petra, have you considered going up rank?
Why?
New
It's
opportunities.
just more responsibility. You know what? You and your wolf kind are so obsessed with your ranks. I'm just step. We don't care. I know I'm better than everybody else. If they don't realize that, it's on them.
What about your
Is that
deed
your way of
name?
saying you want me to find? What about my deed name?
Did you say you always wanted one?
Maybe I have one and I just haven't told it to you because it's my secret. You purrs at her.
What's your secret? Loser of Szechuan sauce?
Why?
How dare!
loses Petra loses Szechuan sauce?
She shakes her head. She shakes her head. I am wounded, and I smell, and his nose shifts and wiggles. Something far bigger than me coming. Hey, Theo,
Yes, Petra.
how about you and I go that way? And he grabs him and pulls.
Oh, okay.
So Veronica sees the reason he grabbed him and pulled. That comes trotting up.
Behind him is another big wolf. Trot, trot, trot.
Veronica just looks
So-
over, raises an eyebrow.
This may be the largest lupus your character has ever seen. At first, you think he's in Hispo, then you realize he is actually just in lupus.
I met him in the outer game in the chat.
Yes.
Yeah, his son's pretty big too, but not enough to qualify as huge size.
He'll
But-
stop and he'll sniffer. Sniff, sniff, sniff. Veronica, right?
Correct.
I need you to help me find something.
The cure.
We need to find the cure.
For
The harm.
The harm. Mhm.
The inside harm.
There is
You
a
humans should know.
kinfolk. There's a kinfolk. He is very sick. His name is Smells of Blood.
mm-hmm.
He coughs much. He says there is a sickness in his lungs and throat, and it is killing him. He says he shall die very soon if we do not find the cure. Our magics do not heal these kinds of harm. They heal quick harm, battle wounds, breaks where there has been damage. But they don't reverse sickness. I believe this is a mortal sickness. So we need someone to help us find the cure.
It sounds like that could either be a disease or a poison.
Not poison. Check him. Also, Sullivan Black checked him. Not poison.
Okay.
Is sickness spreading in his chest and throat?
Out of game, this sounds like tuberculosis or something worse.
He has cancer. Out of game.
Cancer. Yeah.
Yeah.
Said he could not seek treatment because treatment smelled of the worm. By the time Litany changed and we did not attack for worm taint just for existing,
Mm-hmm.
too late. Now he cannot seek the worm's treatment.
Out of game, do I know this kinfolk?
He's been-
No.
Can I roll to see if I can discern more details?
Sure. Although he hasn't said anything. Do you mean about the kinfolk or about what he's talking about, things like that?
What he's talking about, or anything I can think outside the box, because I do have worm lore.
You can roll your worm lore, and then you can roll perception medicine Wits medicine. Sorry, wits medicine.
So wits, medicine, and worm lore.
You can roll both your witch medicine and your witch worm lore.
Okay, that's
2 different rolls.
why I wanted to confirm it. Just the way it sounded. All right, so wits is. Let me look this up. It's been a while since I looked at my sheet. Wits 3, and I believe my medicine's not very high. At least I have it.
At least you have it.
So this one's the medicine. So I got a 7 and a 10.
Okay. Yep.
And the next one's going to be the worm lore.
Okay.
And I'm going to spend a willpower. Do I just write that in parentheses or?
Yeah, just do it. And I'll remember it.
All right. So second one, I got. I don't know if it's standard difficulty, but I got 6 and a 9, and I have a spent willpower.
So yeah, what he's talking about is chemotherapy. And he's talking about cancer. The kinfolk has cancer, probably stage 4, probably metastasized. So frankly, first off, he's on a fucking, quickly ticking time bomb. Yeah. And secondly, that is certainly not something that standard Garu healing fixes. Like Mother's Touch, stuff like that doesn't fix like cancer and things like that. So they're gonna have to find the cure. So they kind of sit and look at Veronica.
Does human know the cure?
Thinking things over. Out of game, would the shrine work?
The shrine would ease his pain, but of itself, it wouldn't cure him. Like it would help him. It might certainly slow it down, but it won't stop it. It won't,
The disease you're talking about sounds like it's something the humans call cancer, and they use something called chemotherapy to destroy what's causing this sickness. I don't know the cure. However, there was a shrine I know that can help. So this way we can get him more time to find the cure. Would that work?
So the Red Talon doesn't understand linear fashion like that to understand the answer to say, does it work? But he'll indulge her and nod. I believe that this will give us time to find the cure.
Okay. Do you know? And we need to find this human.
No, I know where he is. He is in Snowfur's house.
Snowfur sleeps with kinfolk.
So he growls so hard, the ground fucking vibrates.
No, just sleeps. Do not worry.
House pet.
He whimpers.
Also, out of game, would my character know it's okay to bring this person to the unicorn shrine, or would I be in serious trouble?
No, that'd be fun.
Okay. I mean, it's the quickest idea I could think of to help him so he's not dead.
Mm-hmm. Lindsay plays.
He's a kinfolk, so
yeah, he's kinfolk. If he dies, whatever. No, I'm kidding.
Yeah. I know.
Terrible people. Jesus Christ, we're terrible people. Lindsay plays the character, so we can't do it tonight. But but yeah, that's what they're kind of sitting on, and they'll say, okay, so we bring kinfolk to shrine. What do we do at shrine?
It's the shrine of unicorn. He has to get in the water.
He'll nod.
Like, not where he'll drown, just enough where he can submerge in it.
If drown, technically will fix. He'll nod.
Getty nods as well.
I'm gonna roll Gyro lore how they get through to Red Talons normally. Can I roll wits and Gyro lore?
Oh god, yes. This is fucking hilarious.
And it's not.
Oh my god, I'm dying over here.
So that's either 1 or 2 successes. That roll was bad.
Red Talons will essentially. You're dealing with an elder Red Talon who's had a little more time to socialize. So you're actually doing pretty well with him. You're getting through to him.
His
They
son,
don't
on the other
think in
hand,
very complex terms.
his son, on the other hand, he's just like smiling and waving and trying to understand.
So we put him in the water. And
And
while he's in the water, we continue looking for the cure.
Correct.
And do not let drown.
Do not let him drown.
Okay. Can you meet with us later to help us find the cure?
I can.
Maybe no other. He looks like he wants to scream in his eyes.
Put him on mind speak.
That no healing arts greater than the Garu.
Put him on mind speak so he can scream as loud as he wants.
He howls like he's gonna try to rip the moon open with it.
This way he could talk.
Basically, he conveys to her, do you have knowledge of other shifters? Possibly one with more healing capabilities. Do you have Pharaoh lore out of game?
Yes.
Please roll it with Pharaoh lore.
So this is why he went to me.
Oh, you should happen to be the player around.
If it's standard difficulty, 2 successes.
The Goral are said to have very powerful healing magics, and magics that can, for instance, heal cancer and things like that. You don't know any.
No, but I got a few ideas. Mention to him in mind speak. The ones that would probably be most likely be able to help him are the bear shifters.
So he proceeds to throw a tantrum in your head because he's a Red Talon and Goral. But he also at the same time recognizes if he does not get over his prejudice, smells like blood, may die. So
perhaps someone I know might know a Goral. I don't know any Goral myself, but I do know the Bastet.
Thank you.
Papa, maybe Runs Naked can help. He helped with kinfolk before.
Pack link to Petra.
Petra is... Go on.
Hey, Petra.
Yes, darling.
How would you like to show the Garu what you're made of?
Oh, I think I'm doing a fine job of that right now, but go on.
So, there's a kinfolk dying of cancer, and someone that could help him is a Goral.
Got it. Girl, got it.
So suppose you found one.
Do I have to do it right now?
I mean, do it as quickly as you can. I don't know how long this guy has, but you don't have to do it literally right now.
Oh, thank God.
But since you're also Petrova, maybe your Silverfang relatives might give you some tip-offs.
Speaking of tip-offs. Anyway.
Out of game, Petra now has a way of getting up rank if he wants.
So I'm gonna go now, but I will definitely see to that in the morning. Because I think
Look at the Red Talon, like, all right. So I can talk to one of them and see if they can find one of them.
Thank you. I greatly appreciate this. I wish not for smells like blood to die.
That is understood. I'd like to ask you something.
What?
So one of my pack's missions is to improve SEP relationships, and I understand you're part of the Elder Council.
I am an elder.
I would like to ask permission. Would it be possible if I can talk to you to learn more about your tribe and more about Lupus? This way, there could be, again, I can improve on these goals.
So he walks behind her and plants his head. He goes to Hispo. Holy fuck, he's almost as big as a minivan. And plants his head on her back and pushes her towards Getty.
Getty yips.
Talk to Sun.
Bork bork.
My pack is responsible for improving SEPT relationships. We don't have many Red Talons. I'd like to learn more about your tribe and more about Lupus.
Maybe I help. He looks at his dad and he like tilts his head.
The look on his face is if you don't help, I'm gonna rip your face off.
He sighs. I will help best way I can, to my knowledge.
You have been cub 4 times. You know your lessons.
What do you wish to know?
I think I have a long way. It's a lot I would need to know. Because you two are the first I've seen of your tribe in this sense. There's no real representation. And it's great that you two are representing, but it does hurt in terms of communication because it's difficult for others to understand you.
He nods. And humans are very confusing.
I can help you with that if you would like.
He nods and smiles. I teach wolf, you teach human?
That sounds like a plan.
Getty has human mate.
Oh.
He is a star.
Okay, Stargazer.
My other deed name is Right at the Stars.
And outer game, he's a Stargazer, so. So, one of the things you will notice with humans is there's a variety of them. It's not the same, like one wolf can go to another wolf and it's just a different pack and a different family. it's like they think like they're a different species sometimes. So there's certain clashes in the same sense of territorial, and as a result of this,
Just like I heard there are some men that are otters and some men that are bears, but they're both human.
yes.
He nods.
And let's see.
Sorry, I'm trying not to laugh.
Garrulor, wits, and I'm just gonna think of ideas like what stories or I could tell them. I think that's no successes. Why is my Garrulor doing so bad today?
Girl, you have got no girl today.
Yeah, I know, right?
He just tilts his head when she tries to say something. I know your story. His new story.
So with she just like stretches out, like trying to figure out. So humans, unlike wolves, like sometimes they have more, like if they're not of our kind, they have questions on the universe. And sometimes this creates a lot of fights on territory. Some of your fighting with human isn't just the right to mate, to hunt in territory. But some of it is unfortunately how they perceive things, like how some might perceive the worms a threat versus how some perceives the wild's a threat. And
What
there's
is perceive?
She points to her eyes and points to him. What I am perceives is what you see.
Perceive.
Perceive.
Okay. Nods.
So think if you went to a Karen and somebody told you the wild was a threat instead of the worm before the new litany.
He blinks.
He nods.
Like, I'm understanding you, but that's going to take time to process.
Yeah, like Getty, like most of this is going over his head, and he's like doing these slow blinks. Like, you obviously can tell that with Getty, English is not his first language, anyways.
Yeah, that's part of the problem. English isn't their first language.
And his language, like his English, is very broken. Like worse than his dad's.
She shifts into wolf form, so she could speak in the wolf tongue, since that will probably be better.
Our first language is the language of Norway.
I do not know that language. That creates and you see how that can create complexity. How that makes things confusing. Whereas
you do not know the language of the Norwegians?
I do not. Unfortunately, humans are very very diverse.
He thinks deeply. Our blood, he kind of tilts his head and he says, of our human blood, our human, he kind of like, he doesn't know how to say it because it's
heritage.
We have humans in our blood very far back. They were Fenrir. They had both Lupus and Hamid family. They bred with ours to make our blood stronger.
This sounds like something the Sunfuegos would have done.
So our family is Norwegian. We have Norwegian last names.
Okay.
Names all the same. Christensen.
Are you from the same lands the Margraves from?
No. We are from, I believe, what the humans call Canada.
Okay.
From Calgary. Outside of Calgary.
How
We are from the Great Lands of Canada. And he
how
says it very.
how difficult would it be for you to talk to another lupus if you went to the Margraves land of the humans call Europe?
Not difficult at all.
That's
We
the
all
problem.
speak the same tongue.
That's the problem with humans.
Oh.
That's one of the
Oh.
challenges with humans.
Just like you speak gibberish, and I speak normal tongue.
Veronica Outergame is gonna pretend she didn't hear that. You just see the
You
ear
are-
twitch.
What I call rude ass, son.
You just see the ears twitch.
House pet.
He whimpers again.
House pet.
Papa.
She gives a look to the elder. Am I allowed to teach him manners? If I don't hurt him.
Yeah, wave his paw. Please hurt him.
She goes up and mounts him and bites down, but not like enough to draw blood on the nape of his neck till he submits and rolls over.
At first, she hears a very loud, menacing growl come from him, and this is a big wolf.
Adred.
and then he just immediately was like, he whimpers for a bit,
Silence.
and then his neck slowly extends.
Silence. You are speaking to an Adred, and you are a guest. I don't take kindly to insults.
He's quiet, and his neck is extended, and he's just like,
Dad is looking at him like she's beating you for me. I love her.
his ears are like pressed back, and he's just like being very quiet, but
She
can see.
plops on him.
So, beats the offspring for me.
She looks at him.
Have you had your curiosity sated?
She has a very satisfied look. And she looks to the cub and be like,
With the
I
client.
just met the Clav. And this is something that humans have forgotten about. But the Shadow Lords have not. It just gets off.
He smiles. Actually, he does this like soft bork. He's like bork bork.
So outer game he improves.
Yes. His neck is extended, and he just slowly like belly crawls to her and licks her hand.
She's still in lupus
By the
form.
way, you can add that to your list of deed names.
Yes!
She's a Galliard.
Is that getting howled?
Yes.
See, Veronica's just smart enough to ask the elder, like, I want to teach him a lesson. Because some people don't like that.
But
Oh
no,
my
his
God.
tail is whooshing. Like he actually really appreciated her being that stiff with him.
Oh, Jesus. Beats the offspring for me. Do you hear this?
Honestly, though, like that's exactly how red talons are. Though
They are.
he he just like rolls over on his belly and he just like scratches his back and he just has his paws up like kind of in a submissive way.
That one is
Like I
my
like you.
youngest child. He motions his paw at him. That is my youngest child. He has a twin, but his twin was born first. They have 15 children. My mate has done breeding. How many pups do you have?
Out of game, I have not been told how many Seeker has, so I'm just going to insert that number. This many has been given to me as an alpha to take care of, and I have one that I'm carrying in my womb.
So if you could have 2 red talons go completely bonkers on her.
Yeah, these 2 red talons are bouncing around like being like
literally
really excited dogs.
He goes puppy mode, and he's still in Hispo, by the way. And he just loses his fucking bananas.
Like bork 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 bork
bork, bork. He pokes his nose to her tummy gently. So he wants to touch her baby, but has to wait.
She just gives like almost like a chuckle through a growl.
He'll sit happily.
Gary looks up and he's all like, Raya,
She looks at him.
tummy, lick tummy, lick the belly.
He's gonna smack him so hard with his tail. You can't ask Hamids that. That is a lupus gesture. You cannot ask the Hamid to, you belly licking fool.
But baby, and he bounces.
I'm just saying, Fran gives her fucking belly a little lick, but he like noses it and just like the tip of his tongue just brushes her fur. Like, I licked it. Fuck off. Mine now.
If Papa can lick, why can I not lick? And he just like, why?
He looks at, he swings his head. I mean, how many times have you asked that question?
Many moons.
First share of the kill to the greatest in station.
Veronica gives a look, step up your fucking game in Lupus.
She's sassy. I like her. If I were to breed Metis, would breed it with Veronica.
Out of game, she gets that a lot.
Yeah, I know.
It's only from other alphas.
You care to beat Seattle Magnets as a merit.
It's all other alphas want to be with her.
He nuzzles his son playfully. He's just messing with him.
He yips and he rolls up on his back. He's just like rolling around.
He'll wrestle with him for a second.
She lounges in Lupus form and just watches.
Must go on. We have to get back to my mate.
Understood.
My mate is old and gets cold. She is 9 summers this year. Which is like, whoa, old for a wolf.
That is very old. That's an accomplishment.
She is of wolves. She is not Garu. He almost says that like obviously.
Yeah, that's why it's accomplishment.
She will not last 3 more winters.
I do not think so. Perhaps not this winter. But she has led a good life, and she was very strong in her youth.
If they're still present, Veronica's going to trot off really quick and come back with some game and give it to him to give it to his mate.
He'll smile at that and pick it up. I will give this to Whisper and tell her that it is a gift from Veronica Strikes with Lightning. And he'll nuzzle her, kind of in a very fatherly fashion.
She allows it.
And he will say, "Thank you for all that you have helped with us so far. I will be back in touch with you for this cure.
All right.
After you have spoken to those that you need to speak to."
I will contact them.
No headbutt Giddy. Like, let's go.
And he says, "We will find the cure, but not the cure of the music, the cure of the healing."
Did you talk to the Glasswalkers and Bonars?
No, it was poster on the wall.
Oh,
in
yeah.
Snowfur's house, the cure.
Okay.
So they'll trot off. And with that, I believe we can end our scene.
Yep.
Thank you, players, for playing. Thank you, watchers, for watching. Bye.